Hello and welcome to New York. I am here for less than 24 hours before we drive to Portland, Maine tomorrow, and I'm going to see how much I can do with the little time that I have. I'm also staying right across the street from the New York Public Library, which I have never been to before, and it has always been on my list. So I definitely know that I'm going to be checking that out tomorrow, along with wandering around town, hopefully going to some bookstores, hopefully going to some cute cafes, and we will see what else we can discover while we're here. First up, my sister lives in Brooklyn, so I'm going to head over there tonight. She made us a dinner reservation. I cannot wait to see her new apartment. I'm hoping we have time for a little bit of shopping. I'm gonna go get changed really quickly and then we're gonna head out. I'm dressed, it is time to go. We went for jeans and a cute top. I'm like 20 minutes early, so maybe we will have time to pop in somewhere before dinner. It is pretty rainy outside, which is kind of a bummer, but also okay because I don't get a lot of rain in California, so I do actually appreciate the rain as long as I am not having to spend too much time in it. Hello. Hi. We got chips and salsa, and this is the least spicy, and then they go in a circle from least to most spicy, ending with habanero. Very cute. Now we have the guacamole, which is really beautiful. The mango salsa was way too hot. Our mouths are on fire. I loved the green ones. Crab and fennel salad tostada was delicious. Now we have the cochita. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm saying. We have a pork dish and beans and pickled vegetables. Shannon brought me to a very popular ice cream spot called Caffè Panna. I got the vanilla with olive oil, sea salt, and the panna, I hope I'm saying that right, which is whipped cream imported from Italy. Looks really, really good. And we might try to go to a book bar after this. I think they'll still be open. We shall see. We love the Olivia ad. Such a good album. One of my favorites releases of this year for sure. Yum. I love salt on my ice cream.
Oh, well,
This is the whip.
You could have said something. In one sprinkle. Whatever.
You can try mine. Shannon kind of misordered. She thought it was called sea salt sprinkles and they were going to be sprinkles of sea salt, but it was really sea salt comma sprinkles, so she ended up with sprinkles when she meant to get salt. The sea salt was delicious, so is the whipped cream.
I don't want sprinkles.
Here, try mine. Try mine.
Ooh, that's the whip.
Yeah, that's the whip. The whip's delicious. We can share. We'll be sharing. I don't know about her.
Stop, girls.
Okay, we're gonna enjoy our ice cream now. My ice cream. We finished in time to go to Book Club Bar, which I'm really excited about because I don't think I've been to this one. This is different, right? Shannon took me to a different book club bar. Ooh, this one just opened. I went to a different one, but I think it was in East Village last time I was here. That is correct. Hello, good morning. Last night was so fun. I loved the book bar my sister took me to. I wish we had those in California because sometimes you don't really want to go out, but if you could just go and sit and read among other people, that is the perfect night out to me, especially if you can buy a new book, and they had a really good selection there. I got one thing. I will do a haul at the end because I think I'm gonna go to one or two other bookstores today. So I'll see if I get anything else, but I'm trying to be mindful of my luggage because because I know I want to go to bookstores when we go to Portland because some of my favorite authors are from Portland, so I have to save space for that. Today I am going to the public library first because it's so close I can literally see it outside my window, and I've heard it's beautiful and that they also have some cool rare collectible items there, and I kind of want to check out the library bookshop. I've heard that those can actually be really good, and I need a matcha. I feel like there's a really good matcha place by me that I want to try. I hope I have time to go to the bookstore and eat. My sister, I think, is not going to meet me. She ended up needing to work today, so I am really happy that I got to spend a lot of time with her yesterday. The other thing I wanted to say is I rented this camera to bring on the trip because I've been debating asking for one for my birthday, and it is a Fujifilm X100 VI. I had a hard time deciding which Fujifilm I wanted. This one, you can't change the lens, which I actually think is kind of nice because when you're traveling to bring different lenses with you and then to have to decide which lens you want to bring, it kind of, sometimes I feel like takes some of the fun away, so I love that everything is decided for you. And I don't fully know how to use this yet. My goal is on the drive to Portland today to watch some tutorials. People love these because you can make the filters in them, and then there's some preset filters. I hope I'm explaining this correctly. So I want to know how to do it. But last night I used it just on the automatic setting when we were in Brooklyn, and I feel like the pictures turned out so cute. And it was really nice to just be wearing this and not have to feel like I was always grabbing my phone, because I feel like I don't spend a lot of time on my phone these days. So not reaching for that was really nice because I had this in my hand. That is all. I woke up a lot later than planned today, so I actually really need to get to the library. I am on my way to the bookstore. The library was nice, but it was quite touristy and really crowded, so I looked at some of the exhibits. I was going to go in the reading room. That is what I really wanted to see, but they were stopping everyone at that door and asking if you were there for study or as a tourist, and I had like my camera on. I definitely was giving tourist vibes, so I did not go in there. And I'm excited to go to this bookstore because last time I was in New York and did my book crawl, we did not make it to this one, and I think it's one of the largest ones in the city. And my mom used to live near it and said it is a really good location for it. I think they have 5 stores of it here in New York. Oh my gosh, and I just realized there's a goods for the study with it. I'm right across from it, and that is the really cool stationery shop I went to last time. I was here in the West Village, but they have one here. Okay, this was a great pick then. Now I have to cross the street. I'm debating getting this one. I just added that to my TBR recently. It's a novel that was translated, I think, from France. I also just watched a YouTube video that talked about this book. It looked good. I always love when they have staff picks with the signs, and this is a book that I don't think is new or anything, but I have seen it like 4 different times in the last month, which I feel like might be my sign that I should get it. This is another possibility. The customer favorite section has a lot of ones I've been wanting to check out, but I haven't seen this in a bookstore before, so I think I might get this one. I love that they have it divided up by region. So this is Latin American literature, and they have so much Clarice Lispector, which I don't always find even one of her books in bookstores. So that was exciting. I got one that has been on my list. Oh my gosh, there is such a good stationery section with goods for the study. We have a French toast latte and a peach matcha. Actually, I haven't tried mine yet, but it looked really good on the menu. Tyler got a buffalo grilled cheese, which looks amazing. I think it's called the Power Bowl. Hello, I am back from New York. I have my haul. I did not have time to do it while I was there. I was not there for very long at all. It was so nice to see my sister, and then was very fun having the day to myself. I wish she could have joined me, but I think I got myself entertained pretty well. I loved my bookstore experience more than the public library. It was stunning in there, but I think I said it while I was there. It was just feeling way too touristy for me. Maybe if I went back when it was not summer, it would feel better, but I'm not sure. It might just always be like that. I think I'm used to my like cozy local library, so that was just an unrealistic expectation for the New York Public Library. They did have really cool exhibits though. I cannot wait for you to see our Maine trip. We had so much fun there. I loved Portland. I loved Kennebunkport. It was like a dream New England coastal trip, and I will have that video up for you next week. And then I discovered my new favorite bookstore. I can't believe I haven't been to this one on any of my New York trips. I thought my favorite bookstore was Books Are Magic. It's in Brooklyn, and it is a very special one. I love it, but I think this might have stolen the top spot. They also have a really cool thing where they publish their own books. So they bring books that have been out of print for a long time back into print, and they had some really unique titles that I added to my list. And I haven't seen a bookstore that does that, but I was just very impressed by them doing that. They had one that was a memoir written by Emily Dickinson's niece. I thought that one looked really cool, and it hadn't been in print for a very, very long time. Okay, now on to my haul. I'll start with stationery because that was also crazy. They had such a good stationery store in the bookstore. My two favorite things combined. Also, I know I need to debrief on this, so I will try, but don't hold me to it. I got these pens, which I think is a German brand that I had not heard of before, so I wanted to try them. They look good. I don't think they had these out for testers though, even though they had like everything else out to test. I did get one other pen that I just realized I didn't pull out. I got one of these pens. It was more of like a marker. I liked it. I also had a pink one, but it's in my purse. I did already use it. I got this little notebook to throw in my bag. I thought it would be nice to keep on me, especially if I don't always want to be on my phone or using the notes app. I liked that it was just little and would fit into anything because my journals are all really big. I got these little tabs for annotating and these little post-it notes. I dropped the other thing I got. One second. And I've never seen something like this before, but it's a little binder clip with the tabs in it. So I thought that looked really cool. And now onto my books. Half of the books I got are translated works, which I thought was cool because August is Women in Translation Month, and I do love reading books that are translated. I feel like it gives you a perspective that you just won't get if you are reading books written by people all from the same country. Especially women's works have not always been translated, so I like supporting that and just being exposed to different parts of the world. I have the summer book, which is translated from Swedish, but the author is actually from Finland, I believe, and I think this was also recently adapted. I don't know if it was for a movie or a show, but I think I did see that. And this follows the relationship between a grandma and a 6-year-old as they live on an island in Finland during the summer. And I have Garden by the Sea. This one is translated from Catalan, and it is set in the 1920s Spain and takes place over 6 summers at a villa inhabited by young couples and their beautiful, rich, joyous friends. And it is from the perspective of the gardener who has been there for decades. We see through his eyes the dissolution of the magical summers as a sense of darkness and ending creeps in, precipitated by the construction of a new, larger, more glamorous villa next door. And I had actually not heard of this author before, but on the back it says that she is considered one of the greatest authors of the 20th century. So I definitely wanted to check out one of her books. And then I got a book by Ursula K. Le Guin. This was on the employee recommendation sections, and I've been wanting to read The Left Hand of Darkness, but when I read the description for this book, I also thought it looked really great. She is one of the greatest sci-fi writers of all time, and the questions her books pose through the sci-fi writing are still very applicable to everything going on in the world today. So I think you can get a lot of meaning from her books. I like her nonfiction writing a lot as well. This one specifically is about a man who realizes his dreams alter reality, and he goes to see a sleep psychiatrist for help with these issues, but then the sleep psychiatrist realizes he also wants this power for himself. It is exploring the moral risks when overwhelming power is coupled with techno-utopianism. And I got a Clarice Lispector book. I was so impressed at this bookstore how they had so many fiction books from different countries. They had just sections for each country. It was so cool. They had like every Clarice Lispector book. Sometimes I'll be in bookstores, I think I might have already said this, I can't remember, but I'll be in bookstores where they don't even have a single one of her books, and this bookstore had like every single one. I didn't own this one yet, and it is the last novel that she wrote before she passed away, and some people say that it is her best one. And it's very little. I actually did start reading it when I was at the Role Model concert, which is really funny, but we were there somewhat far in advance, and so I brought a book with me in my purse. And then I got the Family Lexicon. I had been seeing this everywhere, so decided I would pick it up. Based on the reviews, I couldn't decide if it would feel a little slow for me, but I think I'm gonna really enjoy it. It reads like a novel, even though it is autobiographical, and it is about the author's time with her family in Italy during the fascist regime and how it complicated their lives because they were anti-fascist. And this was one of the translated books. It's translated from Italian. And my other translated novel, this one was recently translated to English after it won a lot of awards in France. It is a fictional story, but it's about a real painting. It is about one of Gustav Klimt's paintings, Portrait of a Lady, and no one has been able to solve the riddle of the identity of the young woman in that painting or the mysteries that surround the turbulent history of her portrait. And so this novel is creating a story to do that, and it is about identity and female agency, ambition and fate, family secrets, and thwarted love that brilliantly blends suspense, historical fiction, and emotional drama. So those were all topics that I really like, and I thought it looked amazing. So that is my McNally haul. I think I found some really great books. None of them are like huge either because I was traveling, so I couldn't bring back really massive books, but they were all ones, for the most part, that have been on my list list, but I was also introduced to some that I hadn't heard of before, and I just love their selection. I don't always love how busy New York feels, but I love their bookstores. They have like the absolute best ones. I feel like it will always, well, that and my sister will always keep me going back to the city. Thank you for hanging out with me and spending time with me in New York